Hey guys, how you all doing? It's been a while. It's been, I don't know, maybe like 5 to 6 weeks. Um, I'm gonna keep it real in this video, and I was gonna start by apologizing and saying I'm sorry I've been away for this time, but that's bullshit in itself, right? Because why am I apologizing for taking time and doing some stuff I needed to do? But I'm gonna come on to that. So, right, okay. First of all, beanie hat, right? The beanie hat is a comfort thing for me right now. I know that might sound kind of weird. Um, it's yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. Um, Apologies, I am going to cough through this. I've got a chest infection, so it's coming to the end, but I can't do this without coughing, and I want to do this. So yeah, the hat. You're going to see a lot of this at the moment because this is my comfort. Anyway, right, okay. What's been going on? I'm not going to go into a massive detail about what's happening for me because purely that's not what this video is about, but I just want to give you some kind of idea. So I had a lot of things happen at once, and I think that was what kind of tipped me over the edge a little bit. So I was burning out. I was trying to do too much. I was trying to um, run my business in a way that was saying this is a full-time business, and unfortunately at the moment it's not. I'm still working alongside of this in another job, but I was comparing myself, my progress to the people that were running their stuff full time. So that was one thing. I I've not got a diagnosis yet for ADHD, but everyone who knows me and everyone who has ADHD themselves or is kind of somewhere on the spectrum has said they will be absolutely fucking amazed if I haven't got it. So I reached a point where I thought I was going to get some help, where I was told, you're not on your own with this anymore, we've got you. And then it turned out I couldn't get that help because of certain factors, and I'm still trying to get that now, but it was a bit of a kind of shit, I've just thought I can get this support, and then that's kind of gone. And then a biggie, and this is the biggest, and I'm going to be open and vulnerable about this. I had I had an important relationship in my life end, and I realised that actually that relationship's probably been really unhealthy for a really long time. And the way that it ended, it triggered some massive stuff in me. I'm not gonna lie, it triggered some massive stuff from my childhood, from other relationships that I've been in. And what I realised is that my self-esteem, my sense of self-worth had hit fucking rock bottom, like right down there. And I'd stopped, I hadn't fully stopped believing in me, that isn't true, but there was a lot of doubt there. There was a lot of doubt there. And what I did and what I'd started to do and what I see now is I started to hold back who I was as a person. And that comes into the ADHD stuff as well. I'm feeling like there was always something wrong with me that, if I put myself all out there, I'm going to be too much, too sensitive, to this, to that. And it was, how do I explain this? It's kind of been the most fucking amazing thing to think, actually, do you know what? I don't need to do that anymore, right? And that's what I'm going to talk about today as well. But I don't need to do that anymore. I'm choosing not to do that anymore. I'm not going to hide who I am, right? I am going to be me in whatever way that looks, in whatever way that is, okay? So one of the key things that's come up for me in all of what I'm going through is this. I am so sick of people saying it's okay not to be okay, right? They splash it all over their social media. It's everywhere, right? But actually, in reality, I'm sorry, I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, yeah, shit, I think it's okay to not be okay. But I don't think that's a real belief generally. It's kind of like, it's okay not to be okay if you do that on a really kind of, in a way, that is expected of you, right? It's okay not to be okay to a certain level, right? Or it's okay to not be okay, but you've got to be really positive about the whole thing. And it's just like, there's so much bullshit around it. And there's so much out there of this kind of toxic positivity, right? It's all about how we've got to focus on all this self-care stuff, and we're supposed to feel good all of the time. And, when we're down, actually, if we do these things, we're going to feel so much better. And don't get me wrong, okay? I am not against self-care. There is a time and a place for it. But sometimes you cannot do that. And this is where I got to, right? It was like, that shit wasn't going to help, right? I wasn't in a place mentally, emotionally to think about, what are these things that I need to do? I'm gonna go and do a meditation, and I'm gonna read the positivity book, and I'm gonna make sure I'm eating all the right foods, and I'm gonna go and get my exercise, and yeah, fucking hell, if I could, brilliant, yeah. But we can't always do that stuff when you're in a really dark place. Actually, trying to push yourself constantly to do those things, looking at all these social media posts out there about how, yeah, you do this stuff and you feel great and we've all got to live our best lives and all this shit, actually makes you feel a million times worse, because you sit there and you're kind of like, okay, so everybody else, right, is able to do that and I'm not. It gives an absolute bullshit message, because I'm sorry, there are loads of people just like me who in some of those moments, that's not what you need, right? I didn't need self-care, I needed self-soothing, and there's a big difference, right? If I wanted to go and lie on my sofa all day long, watch Netflix, eat shitty foods, do whatever, eat chocolate, whatever it was, right, in that moment, cry like a fucking baby for hours on end, and even that expression, I shouldn't use that actually, I don't even like it when I use that myself, cry, right, proper full-on crying, yeah, if I wanted to do that, or not even wanted to, shit, if I needed to do that, then that's what I needed to do. And I don't need to be shamed or shame myself for doing that. And I think some of what all of us, and I've done it myself in the past, I've been guilty of it, of putting out there is like, well, that's kind of wrong. You shouldn't have to, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't do that. You should be doing all the things. And it's not true. And we end up, yeah, like I said, we end up doubting ourselves more. We end up not thinking we're enough, right? And it's just crap, When I was in the pit of it, no meditation was going to bring me out of that. It just wasn't, right? My massive heated blanket wrapped around me and just sometimes sleeping for hours just to get away from the hurt, right? Because when shit hurts, sometimes you do want to escape it, right? And okay, yeah, in terms of self-sabotage, if you're constantly trying to escape your emotions and not feel them and not face them, that's a real negative thing, because that's going to stop your personal growth. But that doesn't mean in some moments, that's not exactly what you need, right? And if that's done in a way that's not harming you or anyone else, that's what you've got to do. And stop the shame around it. Stop looking as if you're failing in some way because you're not meeting these expectations that the people have around you. And there's also this thing, people talk about mental health, okay, and how it's accepted now. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna argue this, right? And I'm not generalizing, okay? I'm not saying there aren't people out there that full on get that mental health, physical health is gonna hold you back in a very similar way. So yeah, but there's also a lot of people who you tell them you got something wrong with you physically, right? I'm gonna give you an example. When I had my hysterectomy and I talked to people about what I was feeling physically and that I really couldn't do anything because I was really poorly. And well, naturally, I just had a hysterectomy, right? But that was accepted. That was kind of, okay, that's how you're feeling. You need to come through this, you need to give yourself time. You need to do what you need to do. You need to rest, just do nothing. And there was no judgment. There was no shame. When I've said to people, I am feeling so depressed that I can't face anything today, right? Sorry. In those moments, from some people, they just listened, right? They listened and they allowed me to be. Others didn't get it. And they were like, well, why can't you just pick yourself out of this? Well, you didn't tell me that when I had a hysterectomy. You didn't say a few days later, well, why aren't you up and walking around and lifting things and blah, 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 yeah? You just don't, people don't. People just accept that you're not in a great place with it physically. Why is it any different mentally, yeah? Why do we judge people and assume it's a fucking choice, yeah? It's no more of a choice. It's no less, what's the word, debilitating or whatever the hell the word is. I don't think that is the word, but hopefully you'll know what I'm saying. It's the same, if not worse in some ways. Because when you're physically ill, it's almost like there's a reason, right? There's, because of how society is, because of all this shit we see out there and all this toxic positivity crap, it's like, actually, yeah, physical, there's a reason. But mental health, oh, well, should you be feeling that based on that? Have you got enough reasons to feel like that? Why can't you just do something to make yourself feel better? And it's like, no, just give me a break. I just couldn't some days. I just needed to rest, yeah? And that's what I did. And that's why I didn't show up. That's why I've not been on here doing my things, because I just needed some time for me. And I also wasn't going to feel any shame around that. And that's a hard one, because when you work in a job where you support other people going through their mental health stuff, their problems, their mindset stuff, there's kind of a thing like, oh, well, you've always got to have your shit together, because otherwise who the hell are you to be helping them, right? And I've had other people say that to me, but worse than that, I've said that to myself, and I'm not doing that anymore. That is complete and utter bullshit, right? My experiences that I go through in life, good, bad, ugly, all of it, every single one of those helps me to support other people, because every single one of those adds another layer of understanding, of empathy, of my own personal growth. And I'm not quite there yet. I am still right now, today, going through my healing journey. I'm sat here now talking to you, and that means I'm in a better place than I was, right? But this morning, I woke up after having about 2 hours sleep, hadn't showered for like 3 days. I woke up panicky as hell. That's the best way to describe it. I can't tell you exactly what triggered it this morning, a range of stuff, and I cried, and I sobbed. And I almost didn't do what I planned to do today, and I know I'm getting a little bit better because today I could, right? And I went out and spent some money on a credit card, because you know what? That's what I needed right now. My ADHD needed that dopamine hit, and I was like, do you know what? That's what I'm going to do. But tomorrow, I also know I may or may not feel up to that stuff. Healing is not this neat little package. It's not, oh, well, you do the things, you get up and you do your journaling and you eat your good foods and you do your meditation and you get your help and you talk to people and you do all this stuff, and then you just start to improve, and it's like, a gradual thing. It doesn't look like that. It's messy as fuck, right? Healing is about, I take those moments when I can. That's what I'm sat here now. I take those moments when I can. But I am sure as hell no longer going to beat myself up for the times when I'm back down in the pit, right? And I'm going to just give myself what I need, whatever that looks like, right? So anyone, I'm just going to say this now because, again, with my ADHD stuff that's come out, I've masked a lot of my life, right? I'm not masking anymore, guys, yeah? So anybody, right, who is looking at me going, oh, God, yeah, I wouldn't want to work with her because she's got stuff going on, that's cool, yeah? Absolutely fine. No bad feelings around that. You're not the people for me, and I'm not the person for you, because I am not gonna keep hiding, right? Because I tell you, it's not helping any of you. If I sit there behind my screen, putting my social media out, talking about, yep, you come through self-sabotage and everything's amazing and you deal with this and it's all great. No, sorry, it doesn't work like that. Even the whole self-sabotage thing, it's a massive, massive journey, right? So, yeah, okay. I support people. I support people and myself to get to that place where you can become so much more aware of what's happening, what those triggers are, what those thoughts are that might be going on that's making it harder for you, when the self-sabotage is coming up. And yeah, you can get to a place, guaranteed, where you are not self-sabotaging your life in that moment, right? But as I said, healing is a journey, life is a journey. So you're going along, you're doing your things, you've got all this stuff that you've learned, you've changed your beliefs, you're feeling good. Something happens, yeah? Like I said with me, some trauma stuff's been triggered. So that means I have to go back and revisit some things. And I have to seek help again. And that's cool. It's not about supporting people. It isn't about fixing people. It's about, for me, it's about raising the awareness. And it's about helping them to build that relationship and that connection with themselves. To fundamentally love and respect themselves. But also, like I've said, to recognize what they need. That's key here, right? So yeah, anyone who's looking at this like, oh, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. That's cool. That's fine, okay? Like I said, you're not for me and I'm not for you. But hopefully, and this is what I want to achieve here, hopefully, watching this, you will stop feeling so alone. You are not alone. People just don't talk about this stuff, right? They don't. And if they do, they dumb it down. I'm sorry. They really do. And I don't blame them for that. And that might sound judgmental. It's actually not, because I get it, because I nearly did it myself. And actually, shit, I have done it myself for years, right? And we dumb it down because of society, because of what's put out there, because of the reaction we get from people. But this has got to stop, yeah? It has to stop. And if I'm maybe just one person right now who's putting this out there and trying to make this change, maybe it will encourage the next person. Maybe it'll encourage you. Maybe it'll encourage you as someone who works with other people to say, do you know what? I struggle too. And it is okay. Not just, oh, it's okay not to be okay. It is actually okay, right? So if I do that, if I help one more person, and then that person helps another person to see that, I'm cool with that, because I really want us to live in a world where we can be who we are, where we can talk about the hard shit, right? Where we can keep it real and stop dressing stuff up and stop making people feel like total crap because they can't do what they perceive other people are doing. And I promise you, most of the time they're not. So as I go through this journey and I go through my healing, something that's been really important for me to really hold on to when I'm questioning, even now, should I put this out there? Should I share this stuff? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. The shit I've personally gone through, right, has actually equipped me with the experience I need to support the people that I want to support, right? I know what I'm doing. Life can be real hard sometimes, really bloody hard. And that's even for us experts in the field, even for us people who know the stuff. It doesn't mean life's not going to be hard. Most people actually who work in the wellbeing field have been through some real shit, have been through some real hard times, and they've had some times where they've felt not particularly well within themselves, right? And that is why we want to help people so much. That's the thing. When you've been through this, it gives you this passion and this drive to go, I don't want other people to be alone in this. Not that I don't want other people to feel it. I mean, yeah, ideal world, right? Everyone will feel great all the time, but we've just said that's bullshit. Toxic positivity is not true. We're going to have hard times, right? So recognizing that, I want to be able to help people through that. I don't want anybody to feel how I felt at the beginning of this. And that was partly my own stuff. I'm going to own that, because actually, as I did begin to reach out, I am blessed with some people around me who have been truly friggin' amazing, like just awesome. But I want to be one of those people that people can reach out to and they can go, do you know what, I'm struggling right now. I need some help. Yeah, and I'm here for you. I've got you, right? But guys, this is about when you're in that place, right? You've got to take time to heal. There's no, how do I put it? Right, there's no way we can rush through this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let me get my point out that I'm trying to say. We can't, yes, I can do the work with you. Yes, you can do stuff on yourself. But like I've said, we cannot rush this, yeah? There's times where you have to just be and you have to just honor what you need. You have to value and give yourself that self-soothing as much as you do the self-care, yeah? There's a time and a place for both. And remember, the soothing is about, I don't have a list here I can give you for self-soothing. Every single person is different. It's just about, what do I need in this moment? What do I truly need? Now, what I think I should be doing, but what do I truly need? And when you give yourself that, and you give yourself that space and that time to heal, That's when the magic happens. And for me, yeah, remembering that what I'm going through is actually going to make me more equipped to help other people, that helps. That helps my journey because that's a passion of mine. And when we have a passion and a purpose in life, then of course that helps to carry us through. But like I said, there's going to be days at the moment I'm not there. Yeah, so there's going to be days you're going to see me showing up a bit more. There's going to be days I'm not. And I'm not going to apologise for that. What I would like to do is say thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. You know, thank you for still being here and watching this. Thank you for the support. You know, thank you for all of that stuff. But yeah, I can't apologise anymore because I've got nothing to apologise for, you know. And that's the thing we have to realise. When we feel like this, we're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with us and we're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, that's so important. And I really want you guys to take that forward. So, okay, from this, what do I want? Okay, the whole purpose of this, I want you to challenge yourself a little bit, right? I want you to challenge yourself to allow yourself to be a little bit more vulnerable, right? Because when you are trying to put a mask on, when you're trying to keep it all together, it's going to make you feel worse a lot of the time, right? It's going to make you feel like you're not achieving those things. Stop worrying about what people are going to say and what kind of people are going to think. And I know that's hard. I'm not saying that lightly, right? I've shared with you what I'm going through. I'm not saying that lightly. But it's powerful. I promise you that. It's powerful. There's something really good about saying, do you know what? This is where I am and I'm going to own it. So try and allow that vulnerability to come through a little bit. Yeah? Stop giving yourself a hard time. Trust that you know what you need. And even if you don't think you do, I mean, I'm saying this, there's days I didn't have a clue what I needed, but I did because I just lent into it. That makes sense? So if you ask me in my head, what do you need today to feel any better, or even just to be and come through the day, I'd have been like, I haven't got a clue, right? But on those days, sometimes like I said, I just did nothing. And that was what I needed. So if I just allowed myself to be where I was, there wasn't this push-pull. It was just like I could let things flow a little bit. So that's my ask, really, is put some of that out in the world, right? Let's make it easier for everybody to do what I'm doing right now, to show up and say, it's okay not to be okay, and to absolutely mean it. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for all your support. And yeah, if you need someone to talk to, please reach out, okay? If you click on my description for this video, there's a link for a coffee and a chat call, right? No sales bullshit, right? I'm not in a place for that right now, and that's not what this is about anyway, okay? This is about, if you just want to book in that call, it's completely free. Come and talk to somebody about what's going on for you. Then I've got you, all right? And it's important for me to be able to feel that I can give that back to the world. That's something that means a lot to me. So guys, stay safe, right? Do what you're doing. You have got this, but it's going to take some time sometimes, and that is okay. I love you guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, before I go, I nearly didn't say it. Before I go, if you could hit subscribe, that would be absolutely friggin' awesome. Hit the bell so you get notified of my videos. I am going to be posting stuff soon. And on that note, actually, just quickly before I go, it's going to be real, right? Not that it wasn't real before, it was. But like I said, no masking now. No putting out what I think I need to be putting out or what people want to see. I'm going to be keeping it real, right? My videos, like today, might be a little bit messy sometimes. I know this is one's jumped all over the place. I'm not going to do loads of cuts. I'm not going to record it 10 times. This is first time recording, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to do with all my stuff now, because I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to show you that life isn't this neat little package of whatever, right? It's messy as fuck. And when we embrace the messiness, that actually makes it a damn sight easier. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go. Take it easy, and I'll speak to you real soon. Take care, guys. Bye.